Good evening. I just want to say thank you to all the well wishers who wish me a happy birth anniversary. And I just wanted to share some words and stuff that was put on my heart, reflecting on the last 50 years, becoming a quinquagenarian. I've had a lot of great experiences. I've been through a lot of trials and tribulations as well. And God has blessed me to come through it with great success. I don't claim to know everything. I just know everything I know. And I just wanted to share some things that I've come up with over the past 50 years. I got this little pamphlet I put together, Path Towards Ascended Being. I just wanted to share a few things that has helped me. Prayer, meditation, fasting, positivity, music, art, poetry, writing and journaling, affirmations and manifestations. And always remember, what you put in your mind and body will inevitably manifest itself. And you should always have a plan each and every day of what you're going to do and accomplish. Set goals, meet goals, set new ones, and continue to cycle. Establish good credit and keep good credit, financially and otherwise. Credit is the trust you give and receive from others and yourself. A man by the name of Don Miguel Ruiz put out a book called The 4 Agreements. I try to live by these 4 agreements as best I can. And you can look them up. I won't break them all the way down, but I'll just give you what they are in brief. Number 1, be impeccable with your word. Number 2, don't take anything personally. Number 3, don't make assumptions. And number 4, always do your best. He breaks them down even more. You can go on the internet and find out more about them. Just type in the 4 agreements and it should come up. Now, for different people suffering from addictions or any kind of ailment, there's a path from going from recovering to healing. And I just broke the word down the way I looked at it. Recovery sometimes only means to recover or to cover back up the problem. Healing means to break the polar magnetism of misery. In order for you to get to the healing process, you must discover yourself so you can implement the prescription of healing. What I broke down was step 1 is acknowledge that your thought process is the root source of the problem. Meaning, in the positive clockwise rotation, or whichever way you oriented, righteous attitudes, righteous actions, and righteous activities. That's the positive rotation. And the negative rotation is negative attitudes, negative actions, negative activities. Now, either one of these not necessarily gonna be totally all good or bad, It's just depending on what the nature of what's happening requires. So for people that's transcended beyond duality, you probably could understand that a little bit better. Number 2, study and identify the master-slave magnetism relationship factors in your thought process. And that has to deal with the laws of existence. Something I come up with, that I consider the laws of existence. And this is from some wise teachers that I've come up under as part of this. The first part of this: that which controls the diameter of your thinking dictates the circumference of your activities. And then I went on a little further and said, that which dictates the circumference of your activities determines the sphere of your reality. And then that which determines the sphere of your reality fills the full volume of your destiny. And to me, time is irrelevant. There's only the compassion of the random abstract. And I say that random abstract is like love. It's like lifetimes of valuable experiences. And some scriptures that I keyed on with this is Proverbs 16:20 and Proverbs 16:11. So that's something with that. Step 3, begin the practice of alternative thought process route away from the problem that repels the master-slave magnetism with healthy habits of a dynamic deterrent. This might deal with relationships, and this is something that I learned over the years as far as balance is concerned. A relationship sinks unless there's a captain, keying on the word ship. Command your vessel towards tranquil waters. A healthy relationship, or a sea of tranquility, if you will, is having spiritual balance, communication, conflict resolution, positive conflict resolution, negotiation, compromise in a positive way, harmony, happiness, love, lifetimes of valuable experiences, community well-being, and life abundance. Unhealthy relationships can lead to hurricanes of hostility, spiritual unbalance, disconnection or silent treatments, conflicts, confrontations, tug of war, dissonance, heartache and sadness, and hatred as hell and turmoil repeated every day. Also social upheaval, death, and demise. These are some things that deal with the alternate thought process, both the negative and the positive in relationship. Step 4, form a thought process habit that liberates you into well-being. Create a mantra for yourself that always reminds you of an exit route from potential relapse. This can be from drugs, mental illness, anything. And this is dealing with the 3 keys, what I call the 3 keys to the universe. And with that, life is not all as complicated as the world makes it for everyone. When you break down the basics of necessity to make any relationship work, it's not difficult at all. All you have to do is love yourself first, be accountable and responsible for your own well-being, making no excuses for what you don't have if you're still alive, and that is to qualify yourself to be yourself by securing food, shelter, and a way of making a living. There's really no excuse for being without these days. It's a matter of getting and being informed. What I call the 3 keys to the universe are information, communication, and transportation. First, information. Learn and know who you are in the known universe. Know where you are in the known universe. Know people, places, and things. Know all you need to maintain the peace of mind. Communication. Learn as many languages as you can, both linguistic, the spoken, as well as scientific, financial, social, and spiritual. Learn to speak these languages well. Speak positivity and encouragement. Let the world know your story. Know the world's story. People's, places, and things, and actual facts. Transportation. Finance your own ticket to everywhere. Mental vehicle, physical vehicles, and spiritual vehicles. As soon as you learn to drive in all these above lanes or flying above flight patterns, that will help you and yours fulfill their destiny. That's information, communication, and transportation. You know, this is a little bit of what I consider as my reality. Well, most people want the fantasy and illusion they see on TV and movie screens. If you can see past the fairy tales and all the Hollywood magic, you'll be free to exist and live happy and comfortable within your means. But don't get too comfortable being comfortable, because you should always have something that you're struggling with to overcome, to teach you to be a stronger and better person all your life. You know, you should be doing something to overcome a challenge, make you a better man, a better woman. Then step 5 is to magnetize yourself to attract the balances of a healing lifestyle that rewards sobriety in a healthy way. That's the ascended being. Now, there's a verse in the Bible that says, know ye not, you are all God's children of the house, children of the Most High God. And then in verse 7 it says, but you shall die as mortal men. It goes on to say other things. And redemption is in your Savior. You know, ultimately, that's the higher power. And also, it starts with yourself. And you can do that by divine thought, intuition, spirituality, love, affirmation, manifestation, intelligence, science, and laws. Intelligence, science, laws applied mathematically. Divine speech. Know what you mean, know what to say what you mean, and mean what you say. Divine light. Some say, you know, you do what you want, but you ever accountable to yourself and the higher power. And you live in the balance of wisdom and love and power. You shouldn't worship the flesh. And I like to consider food as fuel. The flesh is a vehicle of the divine spirit, but it's not to be worshipped as, you know, that's all there is. You know, we spiritual and celestial beings living in a human experience. And that's what I'm going to share with you today, just that first little part. I'll come back again and share some more. And as I do these on this little pamphlet I put together, I'll edit the videos and put some of the words and stuff up on the video as I speak them, as I have spoken them, and for you to refer back to if you find it useful to you, and something that you could draw inspiration from to live a better life. Little background of me, you know, I grew up in the church in Detroit, and I've studied many different schools of thought, and I see the common denominator of the law of God in all of them. If you believe in God, as people say, well, I'm an atheist. Well, if you say you're an atheist, break that word down, atheist. That means you believe in some kind of theology, some kind, even if it's just yourself. You can't get around it. I'm not going to argue about that with nobody. You know, if you got an argument, you don't agree with me, you know, we can agree to disagree. But you have to have some kind of guidance in life. And even if you just use your own mind, your mind is divine, you know, and it's infinite. So that's a reality in and of itself. So that's all I have to say about that. And as I've been blessed with these 50 years, I wish all of you to be blessed with as many years as you deem to be worthy of in your life cycle, and many more to you. Peace, love, blessings.